Mastercard has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund to provide micro, small, and medium enterprises with access to digital payment and trading tools. The MOU, which was signed on Tuesday, will boost the capacity of MSMEs to grow their businesses while supporting the startup fintech community in Lagos. Our Rise business analyst Chika Mbonu joins me now from our Abuja studios to discuss a bit of this fintech stories, headlines around Nigeria. But it's good to see you, Chika. Good morning. Lagos, you were here yesterday in a physical presence. Now we're doing virtual. That's okay. So it's all about technology, by the way. So let's talk about the huge level of mobile transactions in Nigeria between January and September. What is this growth potential? What does it say about the potential of Nigeria's digital fintech space?
See, Bosun, I don't know, maybe you're too young to remember. For some of us at the time, when we started banking, if you miss to go into a bank by Friday, by 4 p.m., you are stuck for the whole weekend. You're going to suffer for the whole weekend with no money.
Exactly.
And how times have changed. How times have changed. The role of digital banking in making lifestyle easier in financial transactions for the whole economy. Excuse me. So it's not surprising that this has happened. There has been a push by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the financial authorities to move Nigerians towards higher financial inclusion. And several channels have been selected to do this. So from the COVID period, remember, when there was a total lockdown, there was no way you could do fiscal transactions. You and me, I don't know when last you wrote a check. I'm sure the payments you make these days,
I got a bunch of checks, Chika, that I haven't even touched. It's just in my bedroom in one box somewhere there. And sometimes I just stumble onto it, gathering dust, and I said, what's it really useful for?
It just tells you about what the transformation that are taking place. Everybody, if you don't even have the data, you can do your style, whatever, So that's the lifestyle. It's a major transformation for Nigeria now. So from the COVID time when there was a lockdown, the lifestyle of Nigerians has changed significantly towards the digital banking. So it's not surprising that the transaction volumes have doubled. Now, and in doing this, doing this analysis, you can see the fit also. You can see the fit. Everybody has gained from it. Remember, about 2 weeks ago, we analyzed the 9 months result of MTN. What did we find out? That for the 9 months of the year, their data revenue has increased by more than 50%. Why? Remember when I analyzed it, I thought about it. The number one reason there was the increase in mobile financial transactions, and it's replicating it here now. Move on to the CBN policy of changing the new Naira notes. Also, a lot of the arguments have been put out in the place out there that, the fiscal Naira out there is little. A lot of Nigerians do the transactions now through digital, and so maybe the impact is not going to be felt. But you see, what are we hearing? We have been seeing some banks, Naira notes, with banks that have gone extinct in Nigeria in the last 15 years. Some people are bringing those kind of Naira notes into the banking system. Well, so everything shakes hand.
It's a resurrection.
Everything shakes hand. And so
it's a resurrection. Resurrection of old notes and the names of some banks that were down 10, 20 years ago.
But having said that, I need to always, like what we do here, balance our story very well. Even as individual citizens are moving towards digital banking, the banks also have to raise their game, especially in handling things, failed transactions. A lot of Nigerians still suffer waiting for refunds for the transactions that have failed. I believe the banking community must raise their game. And I know the Central Bank, working with the banker committee, have worked very hard to make sure that this is sorted out. But still a lot of individuals, especially those more towards the bottom of the pyramid, who use the star something transactions, they suffer more. And wait several days and,
those who use the USSD code. Those who use the USSD code for small transactions, very small transactions, those who are not using tokens, as it were. But again, quickly, let's talk about whether digital transactions in Nigeria is really increasing wealth for Nigerians, or is it just a function of just increased financial inclusion?
Well, we see the economics and the analysts will tell you that when you have higher velocity in the movement of money, when you have transactions closing out easily, when people don't have to wait for payments and on and for payment. I mean, somebody supplies it. Look at trade, for example. Look at trade. Look at the impact on trade. So many businesses have started up now on the Instagram because of the digital banking roadmap.
Evolution.
And so that has helped a lot on the GDP growth. Yeah, it has helped a lot in GDP growth. So the fact that settlements can take place now, easier and faster, has helped in the growth in the economy.
Well, subsequently, MasterCard is looking to deepen its digital financial inclusion. How much more do you want to see, would you like to see in this respect across Nigeria, across Africa as a whole?
Oh, no, anyway, this initiative focuses on the MSMEs, who are, the micro, medium, small and medium enterprises, the MSMEs, who, based on World Bank records, about 96% of the businesses we have in our country. Now, as they move towards the digital spectrum, as again, in enables transactions, whether on the vendor payment side or whether on the receivables side, it helps them a lot to do things faster and leaner. It helps them to manage their processes faster. It helps them to manage their finance, better. Now, but as I keep saying, MasterCard, thank you for this initiative. But one of the number one needs, not one of the number one need of MSMEs in Nigeria is actually what? Finance. And so everything that has to be done must be done under that basis, that whereas you are helping them in their digital processes to make them nimble and faster, we must also look for ways through the financial system to provide them the money, funding required to grow their businesses.
Okay, so do you think we still have more headroom, broadly speaking? You're talking about the challenges, a little bit of the challenges there of those who use USSD and what have you. Does it boil down to the paucity of poor infrastructure at the backbone of financial transactions in Nigeria? How does the government come in here that we're doing 12 trillion, whatever? Nigeria could do as much as 40, 50 trillion naira, considering the size and the entrepreneurial enterprises that Nigeria has undertaken.
The financial system, the USSD code, the mobile transactions, everything rests on availability of connectivity. You and me also know how well, it's gotten better now. The level of failed calls, and a lot of times the amount of data that you spend in consummating transactions or doing some things. And so remember, this is rest on masts and everything. Every typical mast in Nigeria, has 2 generators, has a diesel dump, and the things that happen when a mast falls down. The number of subscribers that fall down. So a lot of transactions fell subsequently because of the fact that these masts are not working, because the connectivity is not working. So everything again goes back to what? The infrastructure in Nigeria. As I keep saying, everybody has said it that when the power system of a country grows, everything rests on a power. Some people have said, I've not seen the analysis, but for every 1,000 megawatt growth in our power supply, some people have said that the corresponding 1 to 1.5% growth in our GDP. So you can imagine that the salutary impact that will have on that. So the connectivity, the transaction system, the mobile payment system rests on the mobile telephone network. The telephone network rests on what? On the power systems and infrastructure in Nigeria. Whether it's cut cables, or whether it's power generator that is working, or whether it's a PHCN that is not supplying power, and all these things are happening. So it can be better than what is happening in Nigeria. So it can only be more expensive.
I get your point. What you see is what you get. But we're scratching the surface. We're making progress. Thank you so much, Chika Mbonu, Arise business analyst out of Abuja studios this morning. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much.